Hi everyone, I am so happy to welcome you back to my channel. My name is Hannah and today we are going to paint a boat at sea using the wet on wet technique with my wet Flow Procreate Brushes set, which you can download using the links in the description. You'll also find the sketch, color palette and reference image available there as well. I am using the wet canvas from my brush set. First, place the sketch above all other layers and set its blend mode to multiply. Then select the layer called Draw Here. We'll start with the sky. Select the wet main brush, set the brush size to 76% and choose a light blue color from the palette. Fill in the sky and the boat area too. We'll paint the boat details later on top of the background. Now switch to a blue color and paint the upper part of the sky. To make the color more saturated, go over the area a few times with the brush. Use this same color to add a darker stripe to the water below. Next, switch to a light turquoise and paint the water near the horizon and closer to the foreground. Use smooth, flowing lines to show that the water isn't flat. Leave some areas empty for other colors. Now switch to a darker turquoise and add in some gentle waves. Using the same blue from earlier, paint shadows under the waves. Again, brush over the same area a few times to deepen the color. Then, pick a light green and add some highlights in the shallow water. Use a very light yellow color to suggest the sandy bottom showing through. Use that same light color to paint the sand on the beach. Then choose a dark brown to show the wet sand under the water. Switch to the wet blend brush, set to 60% and blend the transition in the sky, water and sand. Move your brush back and forth and stretch the color slightly up and down to break the uniformity of the sky. Do the same side to side in the water to preserve the wave texture. Create a new layer above Draw Here layer. Select the wet main brush, set it to 22%, pick white and begin painting the sails, then the boat. I go over the same lines twice to make the white more solid and prevent the background from showing through. Create another layer and use a gray color to add shadows to the sails in the boat. Then switch to a dark blue to paint the mast and the bottom of the boat. While we are painting, I just wanted to take a moment to share something special with you. If you are enjoying this tutorial or any of my other videos and you are feeling inspired to grow your skills even more, I'd love to invite you to join me on my Patreon. As a premium patron, you'll instantly unlock my entire brush library. You'll also get exclusive access to over 70 step-by-step guides, more than 30 video tutorials, all for just $10 a month. Now go back to the wet blend brush and softly blend the shadows on the sails. Create a new layer on top of all others. With the wet main brush, white color and brush size at 66%, start painting the clouds. Then switch to a water blend brush to make the clouds softer and blurrier, like in the reference. Set the brush size to 76% and stretch the clouds shapes from right to left. Switch to wet brush 3, set it to 46% and add some extra texture to the clouds. Next, switch to wet brush 1 and start painting foam on the vase. Use a brush size of 12% and draw gentle curves. Apply varying pressure on the screen to make the lines look more natural. Don't forget to add some foam where the vase touches the sand. Let's add depth to the vase. Pick a darker color and use the wet main brush. Create a new layer underneath the vase and clouds and paint some deeper shadows beneath the waves using a brush size of 49%. Then soften the edges of those shadows using the wet blend brush at 26%. Now create one more layer. Use wet brush 2, white color and brush size at 46% and add some white texture where the water touches the sand. Next, go to the Layers panel and hide the sketch. Then select the water brush from the Elements section, set it to 35% and with white color add texture to the shallow water over the sand. Change the color to blue and switch to the ocean brush, size 76%. Use it to add texture to the rest of the sea. Use a darker color to enhance the area near the boat. Then select the water effect brush and a light turquoise color. On the background layer with the sky and water, add watercolor texture. Switch to a light yellow and apply the same effect to the wet part of the sand. To make this effect look more natural, softly blur the edges using the water blend brush at 37%. Gently go over the edges of the watercolor marks. And that's it, our illustration is finished. I am so glad we painted together today. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumb up, it really means a lot to me. Bye!